75 years ago, a group of people were so compelled by the gospel of Jesus Christ that they banded together to love God, serve people, and reach the world. Darkness was conquered by the light, and these people gave their lives hoping that God would use them to impact their community and the world. But what if they hadn't? But that's not how the story goes. In 1936, a revival was held in Springfield, Missouri, led by a fiery preacher named Charlie Dyer. When Charlie got up to preach, people listened. He had a captivating way of telling people that God didn't have to be some sort of abstract concept, but could be real and personal. He could save them and transform their lives, giving their life meaning, and High Street Baptist Church was born with that purpose and that vision. The vision continued under the leadership of Pastor W.E. Dow. It was at this time that High Street experienced an explosion in growth. God's work in the midst of High Street was undeniable. And seeing God move in incredible ways, Pastor Dow was inspired to partner with like-minded men to extend the reach of the gospel throughout the world. Out of these partnerships, there came a network of churches resolved to train and send men and women to reach the world with the light. In 1950, the Baptist Bible Fellowship was born, and a great movement began. God was doing incredible things through these churches. In order to stay connected with one another, they established the Baptist Bible Tribune. It was a vital line of support and encouragement to pastors throughout the fellowship. These churches were passionate about the gospel going forth to all the world. They created the missions office in order to maximize their ability to send out missionaries. They realized that together, they had the potential to impact the world, far greater than by themselves. The decision was made to found a school dedicated to train men and women to be the light. Baptist Bible College opened its doors in 1950 on the campus of High Street Baptist Church. Immediately, students came from across the country to prepare to take the gospel to the world. W.E. Dow believed in and invested in BBC while pastoring at High Street, and that relationship has lasted till this very day. After 25 years, the mission of High Street remained the same: to love God, serve people, and reach the world. When Dr. David Cavan came to High Street, the mission grew even stronger. The church had come a long way from its humble beginnings in the basement on the corner of High and Prospect. But Dr. Cavan refused to allow the impact of High Street to be limited by the lack of space in their current property. Fearlessly, he launched the building program that many thought was impossible. By faith, he led the people of High Street not to give equal gifts, but to make equal sacrifices to make this dream a reality. 42 years after 90 charter members held the first service, 4,492 people filled the building on opening day. And still, the light continued. When Pastor Bill Rogers came to High Street, he brought with him a passion and heart for worldwide missions. He believed that God's plan for High Street extended beyond Springfield and was not limited to its own community. During this time, High Street achieved its greatest missions giving. However, missions wasn't just something they gave to, but was the very heartbeat of the church. This was experienced throughout all generations, as even the children in the church grew to love missions. The emphasis that Pastor Rogers placed on missions caused these same children to give their lives to missions as adults. In the past 10 years, High Street has been blessed by God to see 12 missionary families sent out to take the light. With the new pastor came a new vision. Pastor Otis Nixdorf renewed the mission of High Street with his fresh vision of win, build, send. The church became focused on engaging the community around them with the gospel of Jesus Christ. Through this leadership, Pastor Nixdorf kept the church on mission. In 2001, High Street invited Eddie Lyons to become their pastor. Pastor Lyons was absolutely committed to the mission of loving God, serving people, and reaching the world. He knew that if this mission wasn't carried out to the next generation, then the light would go out. He took a decisive step to expand the expression of worship to all generations. With his leadership, High Street created 2 services with one purpose: to engage all people. This commitment to the mission is what drives High Street today in everything we do. The people of High Street have been the church for 75 years. From the time we started until today, we have been committed to serving one another and serving our community. Our hope is that by investing in our community, we will inspire those around us to give back and be a catalyst of change for good. That's why we partnered with local schools to provide food to children twice a month so they can have meals on the weekend through our Power Packs program. Not only do the volunteers in this program enable it financially, but they give their time to pack the food and take it to the children at school. Along with Power Packs, many from our church take time every week to go eat lunch with these children as a lunch buddy. The compassion of our church to impact the kids of our city inspired one of our members to create a nonprofit organization called One Soul Purpose. This organization has the goal to put a brand new pair of shoes on all of the children in the Title I schools throughout Springfield. And we're not just offering a pair of shoes, we're offering hope. This is just one of the many outlets that our church pursues to engage and invest in our community. You know, the church is an amazing thing. Often, people look at the pastor and think that he is the one who makes everything happen. The truth is, the church isn't built upon one man, but on a community of people who join together with one mission. For 75 years, High Street, alongside churches all across the world, have been about one thing: sharing the light of Jesus.